folks, welcome back to the channel. Remember this guy?
I just made you come with one finger. Imagine what I can do with the whole hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Danny Huff.
The f***ing mayor of Creektown.
Crazy.
Remember, this is the guy who has the habit of falling in love with vulnerable young women and then trying to adopt them to be his daughter, as showcased in the A&E banger Adults Adopting Adults. Now, I made a video on this show, as some of you know, but I only covered episode 1 because honestly, I thought that was enough. But I have some questions. A&E canceled this show, and Variety says that A&E states it was because of low ratings. But they left a lot of money on the table because they not only canceled the show, they scrubbed it from every streaming site. So I was kind of wondering what the hell happened. Now you might think it's because A&E finally got a soul. But remember, this is the channel that continues to exploit people with hoarding disorders and chemical addictions. So, nice try. For those of you that don't know this meta, let me lay out this history of Danny Huff. Originally, he sold a puppy to an 18-year-old girl, right? She didn't have a father, and he decided to try to adopt this young woman. And then he caught feelings for her, and that all went to shit. So he got an idea to go on adult adoption sites and start looking for the next young woman to adopt. And that's where he found Ilana. She was in Austria, she was homeless, she was pregnant, and Danny started talking to her. Next thing you know, Danny brought her to the United States, and this is where this all starts. So then I watched episode 2.
Holy shit.
And things got a lot weirder. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
I cheated on my wife with another woman. There's just no other plain way to say that. I am disgusted by the person I was.
I'm kind of disgusted by the person you currently are, Danny. Don't tell me it was worse.
However, I did apologize to my wife, and I continue to pay that price every day.
No, you don't, Danny. Don't try to gaslight us with your sympathetic redemption arc bullshit. All right. I gotta pace myself. Just getting started here. Let's continue.
It needs soap.
Yes, you are my daughter.
We will see.
Danny has this pattern that when he gets involved and interested in someone else, then I don't really matter. Because as long as things are going perfect for him, that's what matters.
Yeah, that's right. She said pattern. It's not like she said, hey, you know what Danny did this one time? She could pretty much count on him to behave this way.
Because as long as things are going perfect for him, that's what matters.
Look, Christy, how much convincing is this going to take? You need to pink slip this toady and download Tinder.
Without the help from Danny and Christy, I would be again on the street. So I'm very grateful for that and willing to do anything to stay here.
I think Ilana knows what's going on, at least a little bit. I mean, it's not like she was some naive girl. I mean, she's lived on the streets. She's been homeless for quite some time. So I'm sure she can recognize somebody trying to exploit her, but she can't do anything about it. I mean, she is desperate. Jesus Christ, do not let Danny hear you say, I'll do anything to stay here. Don't let him hear you say that.
And willing to do anything to stay here.
So they decide to go outside and take a tour of the property. And on the property are a number of shipping containers. And Ilana asks what the hell they're there for.
So back in the day, I had a survival business where I taught survival training.
Yeah.
And it held all the stuff for that. Now it just holds a bunch of stuff I need to get rid of.
So Danny's occupation is a truck driver, which means he spends a lot of time out in the world on his own without adult supervision. Now, the only reason I sort of bring this up is because here's a little interesting thing that was going on in Chillicothe a few years before this episode was filmed.
The population here in Chillicothe is 23,000, a small community where you would think everyone knows everyone's business. But the disappearances of these women have the community feeling uncertain. Investigators and residents alike asking the questions, what's happening to these Chillicothe women, and is there a serial killer on the loose?
So you don't want to end up in the trailer.
Yeah.
What? What do you mean, Christy? You don't want to end up in the shipping containers? What a fucking weird thing to say. What the hell is going on?
I'm not saying anything ever happens, but
Maybe not.
What? I actually would give an obscene amount of money to be able to know what's in those shipping containers. Or whose bodies. I mean, what kind of stuff is in those shipping containers? I don't have an obscene amount of money, so that's kind of not going to happen. But anyway, you know what I'm saying?
we don't want anybody to come
Yeah.
trespass and bug us and stuff.
But what does it mean with camera in use?
It means I have security cameras all over the place.
Hidden cameras for what exactly? To protect your mountains of hillbilly junk?
Ah.
So they're watching us right now.
But do you really?
Yes, we really do.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
There's all kinds of hidden cameras around.
By the way, there's no cameras in your trailer. No hidden cameras in your trailer. Just in case you were wondering.
That's cute. For winter.
You get anything you want. This kid's going to be well dressed.
Look at that look from Christy. She is not feeling this sugar daddy vibe.
It's kind of an odd situation because we don't always relate. People have asked me, well, is Ilana your friend? No, she's not my friend. I'm not really sure that there's a specific category.
Oh yeah, there's a category. It's called replacement, Christy.
Did you meet him over the internet?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did.
And then you were communicating back and forth. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So the conversation sort of rolls into them talking about the man who got Ilana pregnant. And as soon as he found out, he blocked her on social media. Now, Ilana is still very much in love with this guy. It's fucking creepy as hell how Danny sort of moves himself into that position in her mind.
Well, look at you and I.
Yeah, exactly. Nowadays, it's just something different.
It's just the way everything happens now, right?
Yeah.
I have no fear or concern whatsoever that Ileana's going to pursue a relationship with this man that she desperately loves, and not at all. I think she's very much dealt with the failure of that relationship.
What do you mean you're not worried? Any normal father would be sort of asking if a bridge can be built to this guy so this child could have a father. You're a piece of shit, Danny. So here comes the tattoo conversation.
What location on your body are you thinking about doing that?
I'm actually thinking of my arm because I like tattoos a lot.
I'm so glad she didn't say anything below the waist because I think Danny would have popped and I would have had to go onto the roof and jump off onto my face.
Yeah,
So,
Christy
yeah.
doesn't have any. I have, what, 3, honey?
I don't know how many you have. I think you have more than 3, but I could be wrong.
I do have an obsession for guys who have tattoos.
Dad bods and tattoos. Oh, yeah.
Nobody mentioned dad bods. What do you mean, dad bods and tattoos? When women say dad bods, they're not talking about man tits and beer bellies. They're talking about, dad bods, like dads, older people who still have decent looking bods. So we'll just go ahead and leave it right there. Leave in the comments if you want me to make a part 3 on the 3rd episode. I'm sure that I'm going to get some answer to that. That's all I got for today. Take care of yourselves, you guys. Thanks for subscribing. In the past 2 months, my subscriptions have doubled, and I really appreciate that, even though I'm still at, 140, something like that. Anyway, peace. See you next time.